Some cars are not just losing value, they are turning into financial disasters. Brand new models from 2023 and 2024 are already becoming nightmare purchases, trapping owners in loans where they owe thousands more than the car is worth. On some of these, depreciation is so brutal you are watching 50%, 60%, even 80% of the value evaporate in about 1 year. Today, the focus is on the 15 cars that will be barely worth anything by 2026. So, buckle up, because this goes from bad to much, much worse. Number 15. Ford F-150 Lightning. Ford electrified America's best-selling pickup, then watched it fail spectacularly. The Lightning sheds 47% from its original price of $74,000 in less than 2 years, $35,000 vanishing into thin air. Here is why nobody wants them. Cold weather obliterates range. One owner started with 150 miles of range on a 37-degree morning. After driving just 64 miles, not towing anything, he had 37 miles left. He lost 112 miles of range driving 64 miles. Towing performance is even worse. Hook up 3,700 pounds and travel 32 miles. You will burn through 90 miles of range. That is 3 times worse efficiency than not towing. Traditional truck buyers wanted proven F-150 durability, not range anxiety. Now, it gets worse. Ford is considering canceling the Lightning entirely. Production already halted for 2 months. Dealer lots overflow with 100 days of unsold inventory. When a manufacturer considers killing a product this quickly, resale values do not recover. They crater further. Number 14. Jeep Grand Wagoneer. Jeep's ultra-luxury SUV was supposed to compete with the Escalade, but at $103,000 it certainly had the price tag. But with a 48% value collapse, that is nearly $50,000 gone. The Grand Wagoneer has become a financial sinkhole. Stellantis has been in freefall. Massive recalls, quality issues, and reliability nightmares across the lineup have destroyed brand trust. The Grand Wagoneer got caught in the undertow. Then there is the identity crisis. Who buys a $100,000 plus Jeep? Escalade buyers want Cadillac prestige. Mercedes GLS buyers want German luxury. The Grand Wagoneer tries to split the difference and ends up appealing to almost no one. Here is the real problem. Stellantis dealers were desperate to move these things. They offered massive discounts, $15,000 to $20,000 off MSRP on brand new Wagoneers. When brand new models are selling at huge discounts, used values do not stand a chance. Number 13. Genesis GV60. Genesis launched the first dedicated EV with optimism. The market responded with indifference. The GV60 value plummets 49% from $63,000. That's $31,000 erased. The electric crossover is plagued with catastrophic quality issues. One 3-year owner documented 10 major system failures. Every single one remains unfixed. The driver's display randomly shuts off in cold weather, leaving you with no speedometer. Genesis recalled every vehicle in the lineup for this exact safety defect, except the GV60. Here is the terrifying part. Phantom emergency braking. The car will suddenly slam the brakes in the middle of intersections during turns, completely disabling itself while cross-traffic approaches. The phone as key feature rarely works. Power outlets fail. One owner spent nearly 100 days driving loaner vehicles over 2 years, while dealerships repeatedly claimed no issues found. Beautiful engineering that nobody wants. Number 12. Toyota Mirai. The Mirai represents hydrogen passenger car failure in America, suffering 77% collapse from $64,000. Used Mirai's list for $7,000 to $10,000. Some dealers offered $1,000 trade-ins. Others refuse Mirai trade-ins entirely. How does Toyota Reliability Royalty create America's most worthless car? Shell permanently closed its California hydrogen stations in February 2024. This eliminated significant refueling capacity in the only state selling Mirais. Hydrogen pricing tripled from $13 USD per kilogram in 2022 to $36 USD in 2024. Full tanks cost $180. Triple gasoline's per mile expense. Owners report spending 2 to 3 hours driving 22 miles to refuel. Stations malfunction constantly. Frozen pumps lock onto vehicles for hours. Hydrogen supply runs dry for days. Owners filed class action lawsuits claiming Toyota misrepresented hydrogen infrastructure availability. One owner stated, "Not in my wildest nightmares would I expect purchasing from giant Toyota would turn out so terrible." Cars that cannot refuel are definitionally worthless. Number 11. Toyota BZ4X. Toyota's first serious EV attempt loses 50% value from $42,000. Over $21,000 gone. The BZ4X launch was a disaster. Toyota recalled every single model because the wheels could literally detach while driving. Yes, the wheels could fall off. That is not a minor issue. That is a catastrophic safety failure that destroyed buyer confidence before the car even had a chance. Charging is painfully slow. While Hyundai and Kia use 350 kilowatt fast chargers, the BZ4X tops out at 100 to 150 kilowatt using yesterday's technology. Range tops out at 228 miles. The regenerative braking system fails regularly. Owners describe the car leaping forward during acceleration when the system malfunctions. A genuine safety hazard depending on traffic. The BZ4X proved Toyota can fail at EVs as spectacularly as anyone else. Number 10. Dodge Hornet. 51% value loss. Dodge rebadged an Alfa Romeo Tonale, added a different grille, and called it American muscle. Buyers saw through the deception immediately. The Hornet fall 51% from $38,000. Owners lost $20,000 in value in less than 2 years. The electrical system is an absolute disaster. Owners report dashboards going completely blank. Cruise control deactivates constantly. Alarms trigger randomly. One owner's Hornet died completely after 6 months. The dealership discovered 20 different error codes simultaneously active. Another owner endured 4 dealership visits in 6 months for the same electrical issue, with the car sitting at the shop for over a month straight. Stellantis had 323 days' worth of Hornet inventory sitting at dealerships. Dodge loyalists feel betrayed. Practical crossover shoppers choose proven Mazda and Toyota alternatives. Number 9. BMW iX. BMW's flagship electric SUV carries a price tag of $114,000. It is supposed to represent the pinnacle of German electric engineering. Instead, it represents a $54,000 lesson in why even prestigious badges cannot save you from EV depreciation. The iX styling is divisive. Those massive kidney grills look like angry beaver teeth. Inside, it is luxurious but overcomplicated with touch-sensitive surfaces that frustrate more than they impress. BMW flooded dealers with high inventory, desperate to jump on the EV bandwagon. With no federal tax credit on imported EVs, they pushed aggressive lease deals. $1,000 down, $700 a month for a $115,000 SUV. Those leases are maturing now, dumping thousands of 2-year-old iXs onto a market that does not want them. One owner bought an iX xDrive 50 for $118,000 and traded it 18 months later for $56,000. His words, "Never again. I will stick with a gas X5." The iX is a capable EV. It is just not $105,000 capable, and the resale market has made that brutally clear. Before continuing, if you agree automakers went way too far pushing EVs nobody wanted, hit that like button. Number 8. 2024 Audi RS E-tron GT. Audi's electric supercar promised Porsche Taycan performance with Audi luxury, all for $168,000. Instead, it delivered one of the worst depreciation hits in the luxury EV segment. A 53% free fall that has left owners with vehicles worth $79,000. That's an $89,000 loss. Let that sink in. You could buy a new BMW M3 competition with that kind of money, and the M3 would actually hold its value. The RS E-tron GT is essentially a Porsche Taycan Turbo S with Audi badges and styling. But here is the problem. The Taycan is the more desirable car. Better performance, better brand cachet in the EV space, and stronger resale values. Why pay Taycan money for the less desirable alternative? Audi's EV lineup has been a mess. The e-tron SUV flopped. The Q4 e-tron underperformed. Buyers have lost confidence in Audi's electric ambitions, and that uncertainty crushes resale values. Number 7. Alfa Romeo Giulia. The Giulia drives beautifully. It brakes frequently. This combination produces 54% depreciation from its original price of $51,000. Alfa Romeo owners report more service appointments than oil changes. Electronic throttle failures, bricked engine computers, random limp mode activations. The horror stories accumulate. Trade-in values fluctuate wildly between $24,000 and $36,000 for identical 2024 models. The Giulia competes with the BMW 3 Series, Mercedes C-Class, and Audi A4. All three have better tech, more reliable reputations, and significantly better resale values. The Giulia has to sell for thousands less just to get considered. Number 6. Nissan Ariya. Nissan's electric comeback crashes 54% from $50,000. $27,000 erased. The Ariya arrived at the worst possible time. Here is the problem. It is an imported EV launching right after tariffs hit and emissions rules disappear. Automakers were already losing money trying to sell EVs. Now they do not have to anymore. The Ariya became disposable overnight. Sales tanked. Nissan panicked and slashed prices on 2025 models, destroying 2024 buyer equity overnight. Then came the final blow. Nissan discontinued the Ariya in America for 2026. No future support, no long-term parts availability, just orphaned owners watching values crater. Real listings document the carnage. An Ariya that sold for $48,000 new lists for $22,000 after 1 year. That is 54% obliterated in 12 months. Number 5. Jaguar I-Pace. Jaguar's Tesla competitor aged disastrously. The I-Pace loses 58% from $73,000. Over $43,000 gone. Jaguar announced the I-Pace discontinuation as the brand pivots to ultra-luxury EVs exclusively. Orphaned models have no future support, no parts availability, no value retention. The I-Pace charges at 100 kilowatt maximum. Modern EVs hit 250 plus kilowatt. What takes competitors 20 minutes requires 45 in an I-Pace. The I-Pace pioneered the luxury EV SUV segment. It just could not survive it. Number 4. Mercedes EQS SUV. Mercedes positioned the EQS SUV as the electric S-Class. It became the electric embarrassment, shedding 61% from $110,000. Reviewers nicknamed it the driving egg. That aerodynamic shape alienated traditional S-Class buyers seeking road presence and prestige. Buyers anticipated S-Class luxury. They received cheap plastics, cramped third-row seats, and overcomplicated technology interfaces. Hidden ownership costs destroy remaining value. The EQS SUV devours tires. Owners report replacing 21-inch tires every 15,000 to 20,000 miles due to the 5,600-pound weight. At $1,000 to $1,500 USD per set, this terrifies used buyers. Low-mileage examples from 2022 to 2023 trade around $60,000 despite sticker prices exceeding $125,000. Losing $66,000 in 2 years transcends depreciation. It is financial obliteration. Number 3. Maserati Levante. The Levante exemplifies value destruction with 70% loss from $92,000 to $130,000. Financed buyers went underwater instantly. Up to $91,000 evaporated. Insurance averages $6,000 annually. Fuel consumes $2,500 yearly at 15,000 miles. Oil changes cost $500. Brake jobs run $3,000. Maserati ranks dead last in reliability surveys consistently. The 2024 Levante marks the final model year. Maserati eliminated the line. Dead models have dead resale. 5-year data shows 74% value loss, with most damage occurring in years 1 and 2. The Levante carries Ferrari-derived engines. Its resale value resembles economy car territory. Number 2. Fisker Ocean. Here it is, the poster child for catastrophic depreciation. The Fisker Ocean holds the crown for value collapse, shedding up to 80% of its worth in under 2 years. Models that originally cost between $41,000 and $64,000 are now trading hands for as little as $8,000 to $12,000, with bulk fleet sales averaging under $14,000 per vehicle. That is not normal depreciation. That is financial freefall. When Fisker filed for bankruptcy protection in June 2024, the Ocean instantly turned into a digital brick risk. Modern EVs are software-defined machines that rely on cloud servers for over-the-air updates, diagnostics, and even basic feature management. Without a healthy company maintaining those servers and pushing fixes, Oceans risk becoming frozen in time, stuck with whatever bugs and glitches they shipped with. The collapse was not just mechanical, it was digital. Owners have reported key fobs that barely work, screens that freeze or go black, and driver assistance systems that behave unpredictably or stop functioning altogether. In long-term testing, reviewers documented repeated software crashes, lag, and inconsistent responses from core systems that should feel seamless in a modern EV. When you combine a shaky software backbone with a bankrupt manufacturer and uncertain long-term support, used buyers vanish and resale values crater. The result? The Fisker Ocean is not just one of the worst depreciating cars of 2025. It is rapidly becoming one of the worst depreciating vehicles in modern automotive history. It stands as a cautionary tale about hype over execution, the risks of betting on unproven startups, and what happens when a software-heavy car loses the company that is supposed to keep it alive. Number 1. Tesla Cybertruck. Demand is so far off the hook you cannot even see the hook, Elon boasted in July 2023. 2 years later, the Cybertruck has proven a disaster. It loses 50% of its value in less than 2 years. Over 1 million people reserved spots in line. Elon promised Tesla's best-ever product with revolutionary stainless steel design. Reality delivered something else entirely. For many, the Cybertruck looks like it was designed by a third grader with a pen and ruler. That sharp, blocky design alienated actual truck buyers, contractors, ranchers, and tradespeople who need work vehicles. Early speculators flipped Cybertrucks for massive profits in late 2023. Within months, those same trucks lost tens of thousands in value. Tesla ramped production so aggressively they created months' worth of inventory backlogs nobody wanted. Quality problems surfaced within weeks of launch. Panels rusted. Parts failed. Owners documented issues faster than Tesla could deny them. When Tesla started offering rebates on brand new inventory, used values collapsed completely. That's all for this breakdown. Which insight surprised you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments so the discussion can continue beyond this video. If you found this helpful, please like the video so it can reach more viewers. For more in-depth analyses like this, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you do not miss the next episode. Thank you for watching.